It's another Sunday. It's time for Not Another Panel Show.
Holy crap! Poor little rickless bastards. I don't give a fuck what you think, Jerry.
That's right. Video game news. Cowboy Bebop just disappoints people before it even starts. Animal news. Jeopardy news. And a whole lot more.
Hey!
That's correct, isn't it?
Yes.
How many stories do we have?
51.
That's a lot of stories. I'm, of course, Rob Robot Shlomo. With me is Mr. Jake Bentley. Okay. Jake?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I was yes, I am with you. This is true.
That is true. That is true. And we are brought to you today in fabulous slow-mo vision.
Slow-mo vision.
So, that's right. And with us today is, you know him, you love him, Mr. Deej Odyssey.
Yes, that demented pink bunny is here, folks.
That's right. Wabbit season.
That's why I'm wearing my Greatest American Hero suit underneath protection.
That's right. First of all, okay, listen. I saw it today. Did you happen to see Lower Decks, DJ?
I finally broke down and watched it just because, well, a certain other person I stream with on Wednesdays keeps bringing it up.
Okay, well, that means I get to play my bumper. Another week, another horrible episode of Lower Decks. Dear God, when will it end? Oh my God. Oh, I gotta be some kind of masochist to be watching this.
Sounds like you might be a masochist.
Yeah. Once again, it's all Mikey Spock, BM. Beckett Mariner, call her BM for short. It's all BM's fault because she's a bowel movement. It's all her fault, but it doesn't matter because they just let it slide. For God's sake. Well, they do throw her in the brig, but it's like almost it's not even a punishment at this point. For God's sake.
Why would it be a punishment?
Just blow her out of the airlock already. Come on. Dear God.
I really don't know much about it because I've never watched it, and we've established I'm not a Star Wars guy, but you had me at blower.
Well, they're trying to be Rick and Morty, except without any of the things that make Rick and Morty, like being good.
That is one of the things that makes Rick and Morty.
Yeah. So, anyways, like I said, Lower Decks sucks, but
it sucks and blows.
Yeah. So, Jake, let's talk a little bit about the latest episode of What If. Okay, we're talking about off the air, but it just gives me a chance to play the bumper. Yeah, it's time for the Superhero Smackdown. And if it's not, we'll play it anyway because it's the best public domain footage that money could buy. Jake, the latest episode of What If.
Oh, it was the weakest one by far.
Bring us through this episode. I talked about it with Jeff. On Tuesday on the High Council. So we can't resist not ragging on it.
So I like the What If show for the most. I mean, I have my issues with it, but like all in all, like I think it's been entertaining. I really liked the first episode. The second episode, I liked because it became a fitting tribute to Chadwick Boseman. But if he was alive right now, I don't think I would have liked the second episode. The third episode is just trash. It's basically like what happens if Ant-Man somehow kills all of the Avengers, and it's just yeah. I thought it was kind of bullshit that Thor gets killed by an arrow from Hawkeye, and like I've heard people be like, well, Thor was mortal, like yeah, but bears are mortal. Like, try killing one with an arrow. You can't do. He's an Asgardian. He's not a human. Even a mortal Asgardian has like a thicker skin, a more dense muscle. Like, you can't just shoot. Like, you can't have like Legolas just fucking shoot an arrow at him and kill him.
I know, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm getting the impression. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm still sticking by the fact, though, the way he killed the Incredible Hulk was awesome.
I don't understand what exactly happened, like what he injected him with or anything like that, but it was a cool. It was a cool.
He threw the little disc that makes things expand, and he expanded his heart until it got so big it exploded.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So Jake shared with me this meme of, and I'm not one for memes because I think it distills everything down into far too simplistic an argument. But this actually is pretty good. I'll explain what was wrong with Chadwick Boseman talking Thanos out of destroying half the universe. Good Lord, Thanos is at the bar. You see, because T'Challa became Star. Oh, yeah. There you go. Because you said yes. You see, because T'Challa became Star-Lord, he was able to talk down Thanos out of his evil ways. Thanos, the mad genocidal madman, destroyed countless lives in his quest for power and eternal grandeur from his victims for destroying half the life in the universe. You're telling me that T'Challa was able to stop his millennia-long obsession by just talking to him? Well, yes. Could you tell me what T'Challa said to him? No. I'm getting the fundamental. I'm getting the fundamental idea that not only are these people writing these what ifs bad writers, but they don't know how to write.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I enjoy the show overall, but I could agree with that. Also, I wish I could give you a source of where I found that meme. I have no idea. So there's somebody out there who made this who deserves credit, and I'm sorry because I don't know who you are.
Well, that goes with all memes. I mean, yeah. And like I said, I generally dislike memes because it makes an argument that's far too simplistic. But that pretty much sums it up, really.
And in the context of that Simpsons episode and what was going on, it's absolutely perfect.
Aurora Borealis, yes. Localized in your kitchen, yes.
Can I see it?
No. Armin Tenzarian, where would we be without you? That's a deep dive.
That is a deep dive. Yeah, I don't like. I couldn't even think of like what you could possibly tell Thanos to like. There's the whole like, oh, you can just use the power of the stones to double the resources, but that's clearly not the conversation they had, because he abandoned his search for the Infinity Stones. Like, it's not like he just changed what he was going to do with them. He just abandoned that lifestyle altogether.
How do you convince something? Really, that's the one thing. It was this all-consuming quest. I mean, someone just doesn't give that up readily. Say, by golly, you're right. T'Challa, what was I thinking? I'm going to go volunteer to help the poor. I'm going to start a community garden.
Right. I mean, like I said, I'm willing to forgive it because Chadwick Boseman's no longer with us, and like it's a fitting end to him as Black Panther, but ugh, it was bad.
What if Wolverine made money on Wall Street?
I'm sorry, I can't forgive it just because of that. It's the worst episode of What If so far.
I think T'Challa taught Thanos communism is eventually going to lead him killing more than half the universe.
It wasn't the only fact that he taught Thanos out of it, but he turned the damn Ravagers into the Merry Men, and he was freaking Robin Hood.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, Merry Men! Real? Oh God, it's now that you say it, it's even worse. It
That's
really
why
is.
I put it as the worst episode so far of the 3.
See, okay, listen. Now the whole thing, and I brought this up on other people's live streams. The what ifs are not about what if you took one person and put them in a different role. It's about what would happen to the entire universe if one event was changed. But they're just using this as as an excuse to put like certain people in different parts as sort of like a to gender swap or race swap a character, but not to do that. I mean, and I always point to the what if comic, what if Captain America were thought out today, or there's another what if Uncle Ben had lived. I mean, what would happen if to Peter Parker if that one pivotal moment in his life was different?
One that I actually really liked that I think was really good because it almost kind of does the opposite. It was what if Laufey the frost giant was the one who won against Odin, and instead of Odin adopting Loki as his his ward, Laufey adopted Thor after killing Odin, and it was cool and it was different from the what ifs because almost nothing changed. Thor was still the golden child. Loki was still the cast off. And it showed that no matter what the circumstances, like the personalities and the characters of these two people, they were always going to have the same dynamic, no matter how it played out.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting story. You know, I've been saying a better what if would have been not if what if T'Challa became Star-Lord or was abducted by the Ravagers by Yondu, but what if T'Chaka, whether the father, whether the king had lived? Because they say, oh, okay, you know what? Then what happens? Would Wakanda become more, more of insular society? Would they open themselves up to trade? Would they allow themselves to be influenced by the West? What is T'Challa's role in all of that? How would that be different?
Which would have been a good way to take the episode, but yeah, all Wakanda got completely ignored.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's actually, T'Challa's not in Wakanda. Well, okay, what happens to Wakanda without him? I mean, who's the Black Panther? What happens to the king? Was it just me, or was Black Panther like come across as a really kind of 90s superhero movie? It just seemed odd that like this is the Black Panther movie we got.
I didn't think anything like that of that, but I don't know. Maybe if I went and watched it again, I'd like with that bit of info, I'd think differently.
Actually, you know what? Liam Neeson's chin. I did a video recently about that. Go check out on my. I think there's another reason why they're doing that. Dollar bill, y'all.
Well, you still got 2 more episodes of What If coming up that's going to have T'Challa in it, so we don't know what the hell's going to go. Yeah, he did 3 What If episodes.
Is there a list of What If episodes somewhere out there? Because I've looked and I can't see them.
I've seen some, but they're not completely all filled in yet.
Gotcha.
So this time of the show, we just like to take a peek in on our producer Melman, see what him and the fam are up to. So Melman, as we can see, is having fun, and there's Mrs. Melman. Good to see Melman out and about.
Do you ever get Melman and Mrs. Melman confused? They get real pissed.
Oh yeah, I've made that mistake a couple times. Not a whole lot of salmon in there. So this is Mrs. Melman shaking it off. Okay, well, we're gonna check back on them in a little while. Good old Melman, best producer and still the best producer in the biz, isn't he, Jake?
I mean, Yeah, but I don't know of any others. So
Okay, so I wanted to talk actually. This
oh,
news.
actually, sorry. Before we go on, I actually did find something on like future what if episodes.
Oh, good, good, good. Please share. Please share.
Yeah. Let me. All right.
So, yeah. This is good. What if Peter became a pimp, and what if Mary Jane was his bitch? That'd actually be funny. Yeah. Yeah. Keep throwing out what ifs in there. What if Vision got Bender's personality? Oh, that would be hysterical. Yeah. The whole Marvel universe now is just what if. What if Sam Wilson was Captain America?
Yeah, it's true.
What if
I popped up a share screen thing because I figured I'll just show the entire site I found.
Yeah, what if Peggy Carter became Captain America? Except the whole Marvel universe is now becoming a what if. Iron Man and Killmonger. You know they're going to use it as an excuse to make Killmonger Iron Man.
So actually, it looks like Tony Stark was rescued by Killmonger this time. So yeah, without Tony's injury and capture, there's no arc reactor, no Iron Man, possibly not even the Avengers. However, there's another shot of Tony showing him in the classic suit. Oh, yeah, I think that's referencing. Actually, I'm kind of excited for the zombies one.
Yeah.
Those comics were all good. T'Challa as Star-Lord we've seen. This one looks a little weird.
A severed Ant-Man head?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that one.
There's been 3 Ant-Man, haven't there? I mean,
yeah.
Scott Lang, Hank Pym, and see alternate Avengers lineup. Yeah. It's not so much the ultimate Avengers lineup, is that how this lineup came together. That's the thing they're missing. That's the thing. It's not about what the listen, you can't really start the what ifs on, oh yeah, this is where we want to end up. No, I mean you kind of want to eventually get there. You don't know where it's going to really take you. That's the idea.
Yeah, it's I mean, just even going through this list is exactly what you said. The what if comics are what if this pivotal moment changed, or what if this change was thrown into the thread of things. Like these what if shows, like what if Clint Barton was the Hulk? Cool. So now we have a Hulk that can shoot arrows. Like, who gives a shit? you know? Yeah, what if Spider-Man was the Sorcerer Supreme? Like, I don't
Who cares?
I don't get in any universe where Spider-Man would suddenly develop the magical aptitude to become the Sorcerer Supreme. And it looks like that's it.
Yeah. Severed Ant-Man head.
Well, I know from the episode guide I found, one of them is supposed to be Vision becomes the all-powerful android known as Infinite Ultron. And the Guardians of the Multiverse have to go after him.
Okay.
Interesting.
Boy, let me tell you. So anyway, we got a few more weeks of this torture left, so. Boy. So there's a story making the rounds about Cowboy Bebop. Have either of you seen Cowboy Bebop?
I tried watching it one time, wasn't my thing.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
anyway.
same with me.
So, but anyway, in the long tradition of actresses, did I share the audio on that? Let me see. Hold on. Share audio. Okay. In the long tradition of actresses and celebrity types berating people, she decided to take to Instagram, and because there's a certain listen, Faye Valentine in Cowboy Bebop she's very scantily clad, and of course now what we call the Axis media, I hate using that term. They're using this as a way to say, oh, it's white male horny outrage. The reason it's the problem. So this was her response to fans.
Hey guys! So as you know, our Cowboy Bebop first look dropped today, which was so exciting. And I just wanted to address a couple of things that sort of keep coming up in the comments amongst fans. First, I wanted to apologize to the fans that I did not anatomically match the Faye Valentine character.
Okay, stop it right there. Nobody's saying you had to anatomically match the character. They're saying they don't like the costume, okay? So right off the bat, she's being disingenuous.
6 foot double D size breast, 2 inches.
And she's not 6 foot. She's not 6 foot tall. She's about 5'5" in the manga and in the animated series. But anyway,
waist. You know, they looked everywhere for that woman, and they couldn't find her. It's kind of weird. So they just went with my short ass. I know. Am I right? You know, there was talk about like, can we put Danielle in a time machine? And
okay, so shut up. Oh God, I can't stand these people. You know, does everybody have a problem with saying, hey, you know what? We worked hard on the series. Yeah, you might be a little disappointed, but I think you're going to like the end result. Why is that such a problem now?
Because people take shit too personally. They don't care that there's a fandom behind something that, you know, wants something to look like or resemble the original thing. They can't get beyond anything besides they're not accepting me and my feelings are hurt because of it.
Yeah. So take a look at Bounding in the Comics to thank you, John F. Trent, who is behind, or Spencer. There's the original character design of Faye, and this is the costume design. Now, obviously, this guy in the middle, his name's Jet Black, so of course they had to cast a black guy. I mean, it's his name, so geez, you know. But the whole problem is a lot of people are having problems with the costume. But okay, yeah, granted, you're not going to be able to pull off the whole thing. It's far too. But if you could do, but cosplayers have actually pulled this off, and even if you just put a headband on her, that would go a long way. Now they're not admitting. The other thing too is they're not admitting that. Well, we didn't want to, you know, make it. They didn't want to. They don't want to admit they desexualized it. They're trying to say it's more practical. It's more practical. More practical. But you're not getting anything right. Okay, you should be able to get something right in this.
I mean, we have a Hulk movie, and like having a 10-foot tall green guy isn't practical, but they fucking pulled it off somehow.
Yeah, geez, if anybody can tell me the Captain America costume doesn't look badass for God knows how long. I was saying for God knows how long, there's no way to make the Captain America costume look cool on camera, but they found a way. Come on, surely you can do this.
What's the name of this character?
Faye Valentine.
I'm gonna look up. No one check my internet history here, but let's look up some Faye Valentine cosplay. Let's see if anyone could. All right, so yeah, pretty much everybody who's done it has got it better.
Let's see if we can share some of that without getting whacked.
You can buy the costume that looks even better on eBay. It's only $44.33.
I'm hoping it's not a case of 25% different. They have to make it visually distinctive from the anime and from the manga.
I found one for you really quickly. It's easy. Looks good. And it wouldn't have cost them that much.
There you go. Geez, okay. Obviously, you probably can't get away with the colors being that bright. But you know what? You can mute the colors a little bit.
That looks a hell of a lot closer.
Yeah, it turns out Spirit Halloween was a lot better than a Hollywood production at getting something right.
I don't understand. I just don't understand what is the big problem. Well, no, it's because they want to be in the right. They don't want to piss off anybody out there. Oh my God, they're sexualizing. Oh my God, cancel Netflix. Blah, blah, blah. For God's sake, come on. You know, like I said, there's nothing wrong with having the character look the same way they do on the page as they do on screen. And it's not like this actress has a problem with doing some revealing things on camera.
Oh no.
Oh no. That is from season 4, episode 6 of The Detour, titled Vows, where she plays a stripper.
Honestly, she could have just wore that and turned it yellow, and it'd probably be.
Actually, somebody did. So I don't have the picture of it right now. Somebody did. They actually photoshopped the outfit into a yellow two-piece there. Like I said, so it's not exactly like she's afraid to do anything revealing or anything suggestive. And of course, there's another one pulled up. So.
Now there's one of them in that outfit on her hands and knees. There it is.
There it is. And she's being spanked by this person here.
Yeah, but that toxic male gaze in the background.
Oh yeah, listen. I'm sick of hearing this toxic male gaze shit because that's what men do. We look, okay. That is what
women look too. It's just only okay when they do it.
Yeah. Do you ever notice now? There's no. Okay, listen. I'm gonna let my inner perv out a little bit. There's not a whole lot of female nudity in movies anymore. If you remember, you used to go through remember that little cable guide they used to send you in the mail when you used to get when you subscribe to Comcast or whatever it was, whatever cable system you had, they send you a little monthly guide, and you used to thumb through it and take a look. Oh, and you used to look specifically for the movies that featured nudity. And he's like, oh, gotta check that one out. 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 I mean, you are hard pressed to find any nude scenes in movies these days. I don't care if it's artistic. I don't care if it's a sex scene. Everybody has just gotten so freaking uptight. You're not allowed to have any nude scenes or any sex scenes unless there's sex scenes between two women. Which I'm not complaining about, mind you.
No, I won't complain there either, but you definitely are not going to get another Basic Instinct moment.
Oh no, definitely not. There used to be a whole genre, erotic cinema, erotica, that's gone now. Gone. We won trivia, by the way, when, one night when I knew who starred in the movie Emmanuel. They said, yeah, who was this, what this French actor starred in the movie 1974 movie Emmanuel? And who is it? Everybody's looking at who is it? Who is it? I said, Sylvia Christel. How do you put it down? and then sure enough,
I wouldn't have gotten
that. Gorgeous actress, Sylvia Christel. Absolutely stunning. But like I said, everybody's just so uptight. Robert Meyer Burnett, friend of the show, said one time, he read an article, everybody's thinking about sex, everybody's horny, but nobody's fucking.
It's so funny because I don't want to politicize things, but the new progressive left has actually done a better job at being the religious right than the religious right has.
You're right. You're not wrong, Jake. You're not wrong.
That's because the religious right secretly still wanted to see it, so they didn't throw that big of a fit.
I am outraged by the blasphemy I have seen here. Have you seen it, by the way? We're going to take a look at it right now. Do you just like I said, take a look at the movies that came out in the 80s, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and like a couple of people brought them up in here. Yeah, those movies, Joystick, Spring Break, boobs all around. There was
Porky's.
I was gonna say I remember being 12 years old and finding a VHS copy of Porky's.
Exactly. What else was there? Up the Creek.
Oh yeah, Up the Creek was a good one.
Hot Dog the movie. I mean, geez. I was started rewatching a movie last week called. Do you remember this movie, the Last American Virgin?
Yep.
Jake, you ever seen that one?
Nope.
Actually, it's a pretty good movie. Oh God, yeah. Animal House never be made today. Never would be made today. First of all, because everybody's uptight about drinking. Okay, everybody's uptight about drinking, and forget that. Nobody actually used any drugs, but
the checkout girl. Yeah, they listen. They didn't actually say he did anything with an underage girl, but they implied him. I'm walking very fine line here. I don't think they actually did. They never said it, but it's implied. But I don't think she did say it at the end when she ran up with him to her dad, and she made the comment, "This is the boy that
the M-word me. M-worded me last month."
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the only time you really got that anything was said that something happened.
Mm-hmm. And she has the toilet paper in her bra.
Little devil and angel on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Lawrence, I'm surprised at you. For shame. Oh, Meatballs. You couldn't make that today. No, definitely not Meatballs.
I have not seen like most of these movies.
Oh, Jake, you'd love Meatballs.
What? All right, I'll find it.
Early Bill Murray. He's a the head counselor at a camp.
What they did to poor Morty all through the movie is hilarious.
Oh, God, yeah. Are you ready for the summer? Are you ready for some good times? Yeah, well, George Carlin had a great line. Do you ever notice most women are against abortion, you are ones you wouldn't want to fuck in the first place, man? Nature has a way of evening things out. Yeah, but it's getting to the point. Oh, Airplane you probably couldn't make today. Neither Caddyshack.
Why?
Caddyshack maybe.
Yeah, Airplane you could probably make.
Well, there's the whole thing about the June Cleaver speaking jive, though. I mean.
Oh yeah. Okay, I forgot about that.
But it's amazing. Everybody's just so uptight, and which is why I keep saying I want to make a Bond movie, because I would either make the greatest Bond movie in history, and I'd fill it with as much drinking and smoking and gambling and casual sex and over-the-top action, or it would be lambasted as the worst thing ever committed to film.
Either work, though.
Yeah. Naked Gun, would that work today?
I think so.
Well, you have to recast OJ.
You would have to recast OJ. That's definitely true. I'd suggest Chris Brown.
One thing and I keep saying about this. Yeah, I know. Granted that. It's the whole 25% difference. A thing we keep talking about. I'm sorry. Hold on. But, and I'm working up to here. I got to vamp while I bring the image up. It just shows you how much movies have changed today. This kid, is that it? No. Okay. Okay, this kid is not a bully. Okay, that's supposed to be Flash Thompson. This fucking kid would get his ass kicked in a New York minute.
You are not wrong.
Oh, for God's sake.
Maybe he's just a bully on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, you could have written him out of the movie. It wouldn't make a difference. I can imagine the meetings though. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, so we got Flash Thompson, he's the bully, he's the football player. Oh, do we have to make him a football player? That's awfully American. What if we made him a DJ? Yeah, and he plays dubstep. Yeah, I think that'll play well overseas. And what if we make him really kind of small, but we make him rich and he's a sort of a dick? And I'd be there. Yeah, you guys have never ever been to New York, have you? None of you.
Well, I mean, that might be New York today.
I would say the worst thing had I would say I'm the scariest thing in New York. Okay, that's how sad is that? Oh, for crying out loud! You used to have to be tough to live in New York. Not anymore.
You definitely don't have to be tough to live in New York now.
No, that's all hipsters carrying notebooks full of gluten-free cupcake recipes. There's my New Yorkers right there. See, the pride of Forest Hills. Anything so I could mention the Ramones. So
that is the worst bowl cut I've ever seen.
It doesn't matter. They were cool. Yeah, that's right. Trading Places would have been canceled. That's right. Yeah. No, yeah, the jerk wouldn't. Oh, God, the jerk. You mean I'm going to stay this color?
I was born a poor.
Poor. Oh, yeah, they're turning Saints Row into a bunch of hipsters. Jake, have you ever played Saints Row?
Yes. I did not like the first Saints Row game because it was just a bad GTA ripoff. And I think they really found their niche around Saints Row 3. And I was so excited when I saw a reboot until I watched the trailer for that reboot. And they were just like, oh yeah, we're going to do the thing that failed the first time. We're going to take away all the aspects of the game that got popular and were good. And we're just going to try to make the same shitty game that we failed at the first time.
That was a good segue, actually. So to make it worse, like I said, they're filling it full of the worst stereotypes imaginable. So the whole the strong black female character with the undercut.
Yeah.
The hipster, the incredibly gay hipster. I mean,
why does she have the same haircut as fucking Brad Pitt in Quentin Tarantino movies?
I don't know.
And we already know what the backlash will be. They'll make this game, nobody will buy it, and then it'll be all toxic white males' fault.
Oh yeah, they're already blaming us. They're already blaming us. They've doubled down, and they're gonna triple down. They're gonna quadruple down. It's all toxic white males' fault. I'm like, no, you made a shitty game. Well, I'm not saying the game's gonna be shitty. I haven't played it, obviously, but still.
Right, but that's the thing. If you want to do more representation, all for it. But I don't know, if it doesn't interest me, it's not my fault it doesn't interest me. If you want me to buy it, give me something that's gonna interest me.
I just keep pointing this out though. If I could bring this screen up, but I always bring this up too. That hairstyle, every freaking strong black female character has the same exact haircut. Why? I mean, are they that lazy? What's going on?
I think it's because it's the most feminine haircut you can have without caving into feminine beauty standards. I think that's legitimately what it is. It's well, this kind of looks good, and like we can still say that it's, you know, not caving into beauty standards. That's
how dare you impose your idea of what beauty is on me, Jake Bentley.
ugh.
Cheap. Someone's saying cheap and easy design. I'm not sure that it is. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm really not. Go ahead.
Let's just be glad Gorilla Glue wasn't involved with it.
Well, this is just a trend, like everything. I mean, it is a trend. I mean, but it's going to burn itself out anyway. But I'm asking, at what point do they get the message? You know, guys, this ain't working here, and they're willing to go down with the ship. There's that There's the old saying, no publicity is bad publicity, but we're getting to the point where it doesn't work anymore.
Piss off your fan base enough, they're just going to finally say enough's enough and quit going.
Yeah.
Quit watching. That's what needs to be done.
I mean, that's where we are. You just make excuses for it.
You know, what was the excuse for Star Wars failing? Oh no, it didn't fail. I'm like, yeah, you left $1 billion on the table. The box office receipts were cut in half between the first movie of this god awful sequel trilogy and the last movie.
Well, money shouldn't be how we determine if something's a success or a failure.
No, they gauge online interaction. Hashtags.
Yeah. Do people who never watched it and won't watch it and will give you no money, are they cool with it? If so, then this was a success.
That's what they look for. I don't understand. That's somebody actually was on Twitter. He says, seeing the Daily Show's online interaction is the highest of any late night talk show. I'd say it's a success. Yeah, but it makes no money. I mean, they cut the audience. As I keep saying, and Jake is familiar with my hatred of Trevor Noah. He is actually the greatest magician in history. He's made 80% of the Daily Show's audience disappear. People who, and that's the thing, they don't listen. They thought they could they think they could replace every audience with the people that stand in line overnight for iPhones, who shop at Whole Foods, and who buy shit exclusively on Amazon. Okay, they can't. They haven't, and they won't, because the people don't buy shit. They don't buy anything.
Right.
And speaking of people not buying shit, oh God, what's your take on this, DJ?
Oh, well, you know, I ain't buying. I'm not buying any of the shit that's coming out.
Yeah. Oh, they're also apparently toning down the violence. Oh, there's a mistake.
Ooh, what?
That's the main point of the game.
Yeah.
that's like making a baseball game and saying, like, you know what, this was really good, but it just had too much baseball in it.
You know, I always argue with people that say to me, "Oh, I don't argue. Who could ever complain about too much baseball?" I say to them, listen, I'm not watching baseball. I'm watching guys stand around and just like scratch themselves. Okay, if I was watching baseball, I wouldn't be complaining, but there's no reason to actually be watching a 4-hour game that lasts 9 innings.
You know what actually makes baseball pretty fucking watchable? Steroids. If they allowed it, I think I'd watch a lot more.
I say mandatory steroid injections.
Yeah, that season against Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa in the home run things, right, when they were all on the steroids, was fun.
Saved baseball.
Yeah, that's a good point there. Odyssey, they buy iPhones, and it's because that's all they can afford. Mandatory. Bob Costas was on with Stephen Colbert. Bob Costas asked him, "What about the record books, Stephen?" Stephen had a great answer. Write more record books.
Right.
I mean, that's all. That's all. Yeah. They had a great People were shooting jacking cars in Chicago long before GTA. Yeah, Newark, New Jersey was the carjacking capital of America. Blame that one on GTA. Oh, for crying out loud. What other game besides Saints Row can you beat a guy with a two-headed dildo?
Fallout 4 with a special mod.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's got a game mod in there where you got to go try to track down this big long purple dildo, and you hit people with it, sends them flying. It's quite enjoyable and funny.
But Saints Row is the only one where it was intended to be played that way.
I'll give you that. But if it wasn't for modders, Fallout 4 would have been crap too.
Yeah. Boy, this is where we are now.
I don't need to know what goes on in your bedroom.
That's right. I don't need to know. So anyway, before we conclude with our fun, amusing and funny animal stories, I just want to talk about this because apparently I'm the only YouTube channel covering this. The whole Jeopardy debacle. Has anybody else been following this or only me?
I've been paying attention to it.
I was going to say
it in live.
Passively paying attention, but it's mostly you who's posting stuff.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I mean, people are still wanting LeVar Burton to host. And I'm like, could you please shut up about the LeVar Burton thing? Okay, he wasn't good. Oh, well, but he'll get better. I'm like, they can't wait for him to get better. He wasn't good. He's still an actor. He's still more comfortable reading from a script, okay? And the other thing, Mayim Bialik was actually really good. She's going to host 3 weeks of shows in September. And I was surprised at how good she was, actually.
I don't understand the backlash against her when this dude quit anyway, because all she was scheduled to do was the primetime specials whenever they come out.
Well, it's because she wasn't getting her kids vaccinated, anti-vaxxers, yada, yada, yada. But that was 10 years ago, okay? You know, between then and now, don't you think she could have said, you know what? Maybe I was wrong.
I'm just pissed off the person I wanted to host Jeopardy never got a chance. And he had his own damn theme song to go with it. Weird Al.
That's actually, yeah. Actually, no, Al's a pretty smart guy. I wouldn't mind him taking a shot at host Jeopardy. He probably would. He'd take it seriously, you know.
I'm for Weird Al Yankovic doing anything and everything. The man is a national treasure.
Yeah,
I'm still pissed he hasn't done a halftime Super Bowl show yet.
Same. They call it the No Fun League for a reason.
But anyway, they talked to a couple of alums. They're talking to 2 women who won just like a handful of shows, and they talked to Arthur Chu. Arthur Chu was the most uncharismatic winner in Jeopardy history. People were rooting against it. People wanted him to lose. Okay, that's how bad Arthur Chu was. And when he finally did lose, people rejoiced. Okay, yes, finally, no more Arthur Chu. But this seems like all coordinated. And again, they're catering to people that aren't actually going to watch. The people that are screaming the loudest for Mike Richards, and I'll admit, it does look bad, but he was removed from the selection process once he was in the running to become a host. And people liked him. People liked Mike Richards. And it's just amazing how quickly they turned on him because he said boobs on a podcast. I'm going to say it now. Boobs, 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 boobity boob, boob, boobs. Okay, you going to cancel me now too?
Wait, that's seriously a thing?
Yes.
Like that's what it was?
He was on a podcast that was called the Free Dumb Podcast, where him and other guys got together and they talked and then they said some off-color language. I'm like, fuck, listen, when is this going to come back to haunt me now, okay? You want to cancel me? Go right a fucking head. Lord knows I've done worse.
I know I have too. I got 2 years of live streams they could cancel me over. I just don't care.
Oh
No.
yeah, I'm at the point where like I fully acknowledge if I ever become famous, like every bit of social media I have, like down to like LinkedIn, is getting deleted.
Ugh. I could never run for office now. That's my thing. I think that ship has sailed. But they're painting this as some sort of victory, though. Like, yeah, we got another white male privilege. I'm like, shut up. Would you just shut up? For God's sake, you haven't won anything. This was never American Idol. Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's all. Yeah. Tweet. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Absolutely right, Morbid. Like most media nowadays, let's get somebody only Twitter cares about for shows they don't watch. Sounds like a great plan. That's the thing. Twitter makes up such a small part of the audience. And those people are too busy tweeting on their phones to pay attention.
But then you got the morons in charge of all these things that all they pay attention to is Twitter.
Mm-hmm. You know what? If I was in charge, I'd specifically piss off Twitter. I'd specifically piss off Twitter. Hey, that's right. You know what? Listen, Twitter. Hey, everybody, the Twitterati can go fuck itself, okay? There, I said it. Cancel me. You'll be doing me a favor at this point. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Oh, fuck it. It's out there. I don't give a shit. Deej, remember when I said, and you don't ever ask, can I say that? That's
yeah.
You're seeing that policy in practice right now.
That's right. And, you know, I was never going to say that phrase anyway, because I don't give a fuck.
Colin, you and no, Rob, you must run for office. I'm going to run for PM of Australia. There's going to be two things I'm going to do: make beer the national beverage, and I'm going to establish a committee on hotness to determine which women could use the nude beaches.
Now, wait a minute. When you say you're going to make beer the national drink, I hope you're not saying Foster's.
No.
You will piss off a shit ton of Australians that way.
Victoria's and Tuvies, I think it's called. We don't need Australia. Yeah. So, yes, Australia, like I said, Australia, we love you. Amen. Correct you. Okay. All right. We're coming up on an hour. Yes, exactly, Man Squad. You must be this hot to be nude at this beach, and we'll have just a poster of Elle Macpherson, just as our standard. Now you need to run for office. That's right. Okay. Well, anyway, so we're coming up on about an hour. So we're going to finish off with a couple of funny animal stories. As a sort of a palate cleanser, unusual. Remember how I said that? Before I start, hold on. Well, before I do that, I just want to bring this up. Actually, being a music guy, one of my favorite suppliers. Now, I have no connection to this company. I am not being paid to say any of this, but Sweetwater has been sold to an investment firm called Providence Equity. And let's just hope things don't change. But when private equity gets involved with anything, it's never a good sign. I'm looking at you, Toys R Us. I'm looking at you, Bain Capital. Jake, I know you're musically inclined. Deej, are you musically inclined at all?
I was a drummer growing up, and then I was a DJ for 9 years on an internet radio station.
Okay, so
that counts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So so far nothing's changed. You order your stuff, but I imagine they're going to get rid of free shipping on everything.
Well, yeah, that'll be the first thing that goes.
Yeah. So here's hoping. So anyway, I wanted to mention that really quickly. So anyway, we were talking about our crack producer Melman, but let's just hope he's not at the root of this. So, hikers serve. This is our funny animal story portion of the program. Hiker survives grizzly bear attack at Denali National Park. Jake, have you talked to Melman about this? I mean, we can't tolerate this kind of behavior.
Melman's actually not talking to me right now. It's because I confused him with his wife.
Oh no, that's a tourist in Indiana was attacked and injured by a grizzly bear at Denali National Park and Preserve in Alaska on Monday night. Park officials said 55-year-old tourist whose name was not released was hiking alone in dense fog. Well, there's your problem. In the Thoroughfare Pass area when a mother bear and multiple cubs charged him from the nearby bushes, the National Park Service said in a statement Tuesday. He had puncture wounds in his calf, his left rib, and his left shoulder. The agency said the victim used bear spray that might have cut the attack short. The Park Service indicated. He walked 1.5 miles to a visitor center. Wow, attacked by a bear, and you walk 1.5 miles to get medical attention. Where medical personnel vacationing at Denali treated him as a park bus driver called 911. It said so. The hiker was taken to the medical center near the park before he was transferred to Fairbanks Memorial Hospital about 120 miles away. Park officials said, they're saying awful lines, park officials. He was stabilized at Fairbanks Hospital, they said. Due to the apparent defensive nature of this attack, there are no plans to locate the bear involved. So it looks like this is Mrs. Melman was involved.
Yeah, it looks like it might be.
Yeah. Well, she's out with the kids walking, like, hey, who's
this? Or they're just mistaking them too.
Grizzly bears are fairly protected as a threatened species in the lower 48, according to the National Wildlife Federation. Fewer than 1,500 grizzlies are left in the lower 48, but they thrive comparatively in Alaska, where they have a population of about 31,000. The backcountry area of the attack is closed for 1 week as precaution, the Park Service said. So Mrs. Melman.
I still think she was just giving bear hugs. That's all.
I think that whoever wrote this article is an idiot because they can't tell the difference between ducks and a bear.
Apparently,
those were ducks that interacted with that man. Could call morbid fury.
Well, it's good to see Melman and the family getting out, though. So, but anyway, we also have another animal story before we wrap.
Let's do it. Let's wrap. We'll rap about bears.
This one actually is this goes a little darker. So this is surprising. Antwerp Zoo says woman who had an affair with chimp asked to stay away for his health.
I did read this one. This was kind of creepy.
There was a sketch on Saturday Night Live called I Married a Monkey years ago. Oh, it's only a matter of time before art imitates life, isn't it?
I'm just imagining, just because like nobody meets anybody in real life to date anymore. I'm just imagining like this chimp somehow got a hold of a phone and made a Tinder profile.
I want to see that Tinder profile.
And this dumbass lady is like matching with.
That's why I have Jake on. Despite previous reports, 80 Timmermans was not banned from the Antwerp Zoo for constantly visiting a cheetah, but asked to change her behavior. A woman who was having a quote-unquote affair with a chimpanzee at the Belgian Zoo is in fact allowed to continue visiting the venue despite earlier reports. According to Ilse Sagers, communication manager of the Antwerp Zoo, 80 Timmermans was not banned from the zoo, but rather asked to change her behavior around Cheetah, the chimpanzee, as Sagers said in an email to People. There is no ban. Jeez, I can't believe we're reading this. There is no ban to see Cheetah, not for any visitor at the moment, Sagers wrote. Seegers or Sagers? Sagers, whatever. We only asked Mrs. Timmermans, and she's married, too.
Wait, so they keep saying change her behavior, but like I need to know now, what was her behavior?
Well, let's find out. to change her behavior towards a specific animal. Sager explained that when Timmermans has attempted to attract Cheetah's attention in the 4 years she's been visiting and interacting with the animal, she's deprived him of the bonding time he needs to have with his fellow primates. He is an exception. He was raised with humans at home and came to the zoo almost 30 years ago. He still has fond memory. He's still fond of humans, Sager said. But for his own health, he has to be part of the chimpanzee group as much as possible. For more on 80 Timmermans' affair with the chimpanzee and other top stories, listen to our daily podcast, people. Okay. Sager said zoo staff has asked Timmermans more than once not to focus on Cheetah anymore, explaining to her why it's important for him to spend time with other chimps. We asked Mrs. Timmermans to let him be a chimpanzee among chimpanzees. Can't believe this. And not to stay with him for too long, nor attract his attention. Sagers added, we hope she will do so in the future. Earlier this week, several outlets reported Timmermans had been banned from the zoo because of the attention she paid Cheetah, blowing kisses and waving excessively while describing their interactions as an affair. Per Newsweek, Timmermans said, I love that animal and he loves me. I haven't got anything else. Why do they want to take that away? Timmermans also accused the zoo staff of being unfair, saying other dozens of visitors are allowed to make contact. Why not me? A spokesman for the facility told Newsweek at the time, an animal that is too focused on people is less respected by its peers. We want Cheetah to be a chimpanzee as much as possible. To that end, zookeepers are currently working towards helping Cheetah learn to interact more with his fellow primates. Oh my God. That's unreal. Are you kidding me? Well, this is a woman who's deeply disturbed, obviously. Yes, you're right, Morbid. Love does know no bounds.
Yeah. You know what? Good for that zookeeper for stepping in. All right, getting this poor monkey out of this relationship where he's not actually getting any. Just blown kisses and waves? No fucking thank you.
So long as the relationship
Like,
isn't
come back when you start flashing this monkey.
Oh my God, this is unreal. You know, chimpanzees are very vicious when they get going. Yeah.
Right. I don't want to know how Captain Robert April knows all that. I just don't want to know. Sorry, Cap. I had to say it.
There's more than one monkey on Twitter.
Yeah, they smoke a banana afterwards.
I meant Tinder, not Twitter. These zoo animals keep just getting on Tinder.
I don't know. Maybe she wants to take him out to the jungle somewhere and do like a Tarzan scene, and then it can all be quicksand porn to him.
Hey, no kink shaming here, okay? Okay.
I don't need to know what goes on in your bedroom.
So anyway, yeah, there you go. Just and by next week we'll have another one too.
Oh my!
That's right. Thank you, George. Tarzan met Karen. Yeah. Oh God. Well, there's not much else. Nowhere else to go after that one. Sorry to bring everybody down, but no more chimp balls. Chimps. Remember that lady got her face ripped off because she had a chimp as a pet?
Now that was an affair.
An affair to dismember. All right, everybody. Like I said, there you go. Debbie does the petting zoo.
I bet they couldn't make that movie nowadays.
Oh no.
Hey, maybe they ought to introduce this lady, bring her over here, and set her up with that damn kangaroo that keeps escaping.
Yeah, that was funny. We said the authorities had no idea where the kangaroo came from. Australia, obviously. Oh, we don't know who owns it. Well, go. Okay, here's how you find out who owns the kangaroo. Go to every Outback Steakhouse and ask, "Are you missing a kangaroo?" The one that says yes, you've got your man. And pound for pound, still better than anything Stephanie Meyer ever wrote. All right, that'll do it for us. This has been Naps. I need a nap after this. Everyone, Mecca's setting up a cooking stream. Go check her out on her channel after we get done here. Jake, tell everybody about your big upcoming fundraiser.
Oh, yeah, I've mentioned it on here before. September 23rd, William Ravis office in Milford, Connecticut. There's a cancer research show I'm going to be hosting. A few other, comics on the show. It'll be a good time. So if you're in the area, buy tickets, support it, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, don't be like people on Twitter. Actually, just go out and spend the money on this. It's going to a good cause. Okay, nobody's going to disagree with me then, that one.
No, I'm not.
Okay. DJ, Deej, tell everybody about your channel. Where to find you again?
You can find me over on Deej Odyssey. We do random live streamings. We do some Jackbox game nights once in a while. We just kind of have panels like this where we just talk whatever the hell we want. And you can also find me Wednesday nights over with Salty Trekker, the artist formerly known as the Anti-Trekker, but he's salty now.
I gotta have him on.
I don't know what you're waiting for.
He needs more friends. He got desperate enough to have me on every week, so he needs more friends.
I'll have him on.
He's another one of those kind of outcast people lately.
We're becoming the island of misfit YouTubers now.
That might be a good group, though.
Yeah. We're just the island of misfit YouTubers. I don't have any more lyrics. That actually I might have to do karaoke version of that.
And Salty Trekker would look like the Bumble, so.
Okay, everybody, you can find me here. You can find me on wherever. I do a lot of different stuff. Find me over on Twitter, Robot Shlomo. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube at Robot Shlomo on YouTube. I'm the only Robot Shlomo anywhere. Okay, so just chances are that if you enter Robot Shlomo onto some kind of social media or gaming platform and the name comes up, that's me. Just, be friendly. Just, don't be a dick. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And we're going to go I don't know, check out this hot monkey love this lady's been having. I don't know.
Wow.
All right, everybody. That's it. We'll see you next week. See you later. Have a good night. Be good to everybody. Be good. If you can't be good, be bad.
Poor little rickless bastards.
You're a whore. I can't even get through that thought. I am hung to the over.